Welcome to CSN the Network podcast. This is your host, Kayvon Cutler, with my amazing co-host, Dre Nazario and Malik Hampton. How y'all doing this evening?
I'm good. Tired, man. Ready to pod, though. How y'all?
Y'all know me, blessed and highly favored, blessed and highly good pod. Great day to be here. All of that. How you feeling, brother?
Likewise, blessed and highly favored. Definitely doing better now that I'm talking to you two. We took a little hiatus, accidentally. That wasn't our intention, you know what I'm saying? But life has been happening, you know what I'm saying? We've all been traveling, busy with work, elevating, you know what I mean, trying to impact our communities. But we getting closer to football season, which means we getting real close to weekly content again. We appreciate, all the love y'all been showing us. We've been getting new listeners still. We got new interviews coming up for y'all, man. Shout out to JP Tokudo. He agreed to be a guest on the pod. So, we just waiting to put that to fruition. But outside of that, man, I'm ready to pod. Let's hop into it.
Gotcha, brother. Speaking of football, let's get right into it. NCAA 25 just came out. Tell me what your first impressions are.
Man, real quick, late, because mine is gonna be short because I've only been on one game mode still. I've been locked in on, Road to Glory, playing with different quarterbacks, trying different positions. I've really gravitated towards this running back that I've made that plays for Alabama, man. He's sweet. I made like a speed back, that's real elusive. So it's nice to go back there, with Jan Miller and the boys. You dig? We've been a nice, thunder and lightning type of tandem as far as, running backs in the backfield. But man, overall, it's been an amazing experience, man. Like we've stated on the show before, this is probably, the most hype we've been for a game in our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Outside of like GTA, I can't think of any releases that people have been looking forward to for years in advance. And just for nostalgia purposes, for people that are 40, I know we're not close to that, but still people that are 40 and below, our age in reference to being, early 30s, 27, 28, you really have an appreciation for this game because y'all know this is what we used to do all night when we used to go over each other's houses, when we used to, do Road to Glory back in the day, the impact players. All y'all know what that means when your impact player that you created or that you made was blinking. You know what I mean? I think it's stuff like that, man. So it's definitely been a beautiful experience being able to play the game and, have that, nostalgic aspect to it. It's been fun. So it's been a blessing to be able to play this and, roll tide, man. With college football being out just means we're getting closer to college foot and NFL foot. So I'm excited and happy. What you think though, late? Because I know you've been doing way more on there, but what you think of the game so far, brother?
It's a great game. I haven't really stopped playing it since I got it. I've been playing it since the early release. It's just a nostalgic feeling, like you said, man. This is the game we all grew up on. It got taken away for a decade, 11 years to be exact, and just happy to have it back. We've only had Madden for years, and a lot of people, don't play Madden. Growing up, coming up, we always had options of football games as well as basketball before 2K took over. So you might have people that play just the college football instead of the Madden. You know what I'm saying? It was always a different game, and I think they got it right with this one. Yeah, it plays different than Madden, but it has a lot of cool different features that Madden doesn't have, that Madden's actually going to add now because of what they've done to the college. But yeah, man, it's a great game. A little difficult to play defense, tackle, things of that nature. But it's all stuff you'll see on Saturdays. College players, aren't as polished as professional players. So a lot of people that complain about certain stuff, even me, you know what I'm saying, you kind of just got to chalk it up because it's a different game. You know, it plays more fun, more open, more freely than Madden. And I'm happy to have it back, just like Kay said, for all the reasons. You know, nostalgia just wrapped up into a big bundle. You know, and I appreciate having it back, man. Honestly, you know, it's giving me something to do till football season. This time's been flying now.
Nah, for
So,
sure.
yeah, Kay told us a little bit about his favorite game mode. What's your favorite game mode?
Mine's is Dynasty for sure. You know, I'm on line with the homies. You know, earlier today, and we've been, you know, trying to get a dynasty started, you know, amongst ourselves. But I like playing dynasty anyway. You know, the recruit and all that stuff. I enjoy it, so that's my favorite.
Yeah, that's what's up. Kay, you want to add anything to it? Y'all low key making me want to grab it for real. But I ain't
Man,
played the game in forever.
shout out to my kids that I coach. Even they got it. Even we've had, been able to bond over, talking about it. It's amazing how, just some of the people I manage at my job are high school aged, and y'all know the kids I coach are like fourth and fifth graders. So it's been cool how across the board we all can kind of bond and relate and talk about the game, and just talk about their experiences with it. I will say real quick that it's hard to pass on there too, Leak. We can't gloss over that. You got to be nice and make the right read, because if you do not, it is going to be a pick, and oftentimes it's going to be a pick six. So that's how I keep it a buck. That's also why I started, playing with a running back. Man, I'm like, yo, let me just make a back. You feel me? So I could just, lower the difficulty of what I got to read. You feel me? But I'm a switch back and forth though. I like the challenge of, figuring it out. And being real quick with my reads. That's all it is. You just got to be real quick with your reads, Leak. And that's all. You can't wait. You know what I'm saying? So just got to anticipate it, which I appreciate because it's more like real life in regards to that. So, to your point, the gameplay is definitely different. It's definitely fun for sure. So, yeah, that's all I had to add though, Drizzy.
Oh, we talked a little bit about college foot. That means the NFL is right around the corner. The vets reported to camp this week. Just give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts on this year's season.
Yeah, man. Real quick, the redemption tour started, for us this Monday, for my Niners. The vets reported this week, the veterans, the rookies reported last week. Brandon Ayuk showed up to camp. Um, he wasn't expected to, so he's not practicing, but he's on the field, he's on the side watching. He's what you would call a hold in. So he's there, but he's not performing on the field. However, that's fine. I just like that he's around the team. He's in the facilities. That's always good for the morale of the team. I feel like, whenever you're away, yeah, you could be training and, getting physically prepared and mentally prepared, but it's nothing like being in the facilities and being in the locker room around your team, in the meetings, getting a feel for how things are going. We got new coaches on the staff. So, just familiarizing yourself with, new people in the building, all that. All that gets improved when you do show up to camp. So I appreciate Ayuk doing that. And I know what I said on here before. I was never mad at bro. I understand the business aspect, like Malik and I, detailed. But with that being said, he showed good faith and showing up to camp despite him not having that contract extension done. So I'm real excited for the season overall. Everyone knows my Niners lost in this year's past Super Bowl. This past year's Super Bowl. The goal, of course, is to return back, but that's super difficult. I do realize that. Hopefully, we could use that loss as motivation to, inspire and incite ourselves to make it back and win the NFC West again. But it starts now with camp, just practicing hard, doing great with executing the new plays that coach is installing, remaining healthy, giving background. We got to get Trent Williams' contract situation worked out because he hasn't reported to camp because he has no guaranteed money left. So there's a couple of things we got to do. We got to address the IU situation. We got to fix Trent Williams' contract. Um, it's a couple of people working on extensions, like Diamador Lenore. He's working on extension as well. So hopefully it all works out, man, sooner rather than later. That way everybody could get on the field. We all can get on one accord. And yeah, man. But from what I'm reading and seeing, for my listeners and just for reporting purposes, Brock Purdy looked good. The defense looked good as always. So yeah, I'm excited, man, for the first week of camp and as it continues. The Hall of Fame game will be here before we know it, y'all. So it's getting real close. What you think about your Rams though, Leak? What you hearing? What's your thoughts about your squad as camp has begun?
I don't really have any thoughts or updates on the Rams, to be honest with you. Um, like you said, it's just first week, so it's not really too much coming out. I'm more anxious, just all the other storylines you got going on in the league. The Chiefs, um, they're trying to go for a three-peat. They just moved Kadarius Toney to running back. You know, the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, getting to play, seeing what they'll do. The Falcons here. I live in Atlanta. Seeing what they'll do. Just excited about storylines for the upcoming season. As more information comes out, during training camp, I'd have more to really report on. But right now, ain't nothing really too crazy going on with the Rams. You know, just been checking out the overall landscape of, football period. I was watching Billy Napier, the head coach of the Florida Gators. SEC Media Days was this past week, so I was tuned into that, seeing what the coaches had to say with that as well. But yeah, that's really what I got. I'm just anxious for all the storylines as far as NFL goes. More information is coming, because football has actually started, just not the games yet. You muted, Drizzy. I can't hear you.
My bad. In other NFL news, Caleb Williams tried to get his contract deferred and paid to his LLC or as a loan to avoid paying taxes. Um, and this would have prevented him from paying taxes because of the Illinois tax regulations. Just give me your thoughts about that.
Um,
A young boy, he been trying to he been trying a few different things in the league. Leak, you know what I'm saying? Just as far as, trying to leverage his position as a franchise quarterback, which I respect, from a business sense. I
Yeah,
get what
that
he was
make a
trying to
lot of
do.
sense. Yeah.
But that's
Cause they about to wax you. Think about how much like we work regular jobs and they tax us crazy. So imagine getting
millions.
millions.
Yeah. No, I
You're
get it,
not seeing half of that.
but unfortunately, that would create a whole slippery slope. NFL definitely, y'all know, Malik know far too well. NFL do way too much janky business as far as not trying to pay people for them to be paying your business. You know what I'm saying? Like for them to be paying you where the money's not taxed. Like they're not going to do that. I think it was a great idea in hindsight, though. I love the innovation aspect of it because we've never heard of that before, right? Or someone even trying that. But that's Malik. The NFL not doing that, man. You already know.
yeah, I'm not into that world of business and stuff, so I ain't got no comment on it for real, for real.
Yeah.
Um, he's definitely trying to do a lot of different things from the pre-draft all the way to now. Uh, hopefully, he got that much focus on the field and can have success. That he's set up pretty good. I think that's what he should be focused on more than anything. You know.
Yeah, I think that's probably, what I think it's smart from a business aspect, longevity wise. You try and set yourself up for as much success as possible. You never know how long your career is. We've said that multiple times. So for him to try to, retain as much money as he possibly can, it only makes sense. But I think my question is how does it get out to the mainstream that, he tried to do it? Is it an NFL play where they're like, they're trying to scare people away from doing it, so they, leak it to the press or whatever the case may be, or like who is telling these people's business like that? Like that's business. So why is that coming to the forefront, or to the media where we can have conversations about it? That would be my only, like, I guess I wouldn't necessarily call it a watch out, but it's weird for sure. For sure. But to wrap up football, um, just a quick question for you all. Which level of football do you prefer to watch, college or NFL?
Man, that's a great question that we've never addressed on here. As everyone knows, Malik and I are both football guys. Man, I think, just speaking for myself, what I would rather watch. If we're just talking from a neutral standpoint, like not watching my favorite teams, I can appreciate the NFL game more. Just from an expertise standpoint, I think every NFL team has a multitude of elite players. Even the trash teams, they still got a couple people on both sides of the ball that are solid at their position. So it makes it easier for me to watch all NFL games because, every team has some nice running back or some nice linebacker or some nice safety or some nice receiver, especially now with how well versed receivers are in the NFL today. So if I had to choose one, I would say NFL. Of course, college, that's a different type of appreciation, different type of pride that goes into it. I definitely lock in more for Alabama games, like college games, than I would NFL games outside of the Niners. But um, still, all in all, like I said, if I had to choose, which one to watch outside of my favorite teams, I would, excuse me, outside of my favorite team, um, I would say the NFL. Because, like I said, it's a lot of elite players in the league. It's well versed. There's a lot of receivers, a lot of quarterbacks. I don't mind to watch. So I think that's what I'd be watching. But football is cool too. I like the storylines. I like the success stories, the underdog stories. I like the small school stories. I do still appreciate and respect that before 3:30 hits and Alabama plays, unless we have a primetime game that evening. But yeah. What you think though, Leak? What you prefer to watch if you had to choose one?
If I had to choose one, as I've gotten older, I've said this on the pod before, but as I've gotten older, I've gravitated towards professional football more. It's just a more polished game across the board, no matter who's playing. But at the same time, um, it depends on who's really playing. Like I'm going to watch a top. I'd rather watch, even though Saturdays and Sundays is different days for football. But if they happen to be on the same day, I'd probably watch a top tier college game before I watch, the Panthers versus the Titans or something like that. It really varies. College football has it used to be way more passionate. Nowadays with the kids getting paid and it was less parity, at one point for a long time, especially when Nick Saban got to Alabama. Uh, so yeah, football is just more competitive in the professional league, and that's really just how I see it. I don't think there's a better brand of football than NFL playoff football, personally.
I feel that. I feel that. I think as a basketball fan, when you think about the two professional leagues, with the NFL, I feel like it is always competitive. Where we have with the NBA, we second guess if games are real or not. If people really came to play. We know their season, the NBA season is a bit really long, but at the same time, to your point, Malik, I think football is just always competitive, regardless of, obviously there's bad teams versus good teams, but for the most part, like you can't really fake the funk playing football. You're gonna get your head knocked off, you know. Yeah. So that's all I had for football. Moving on into basketball, it's Olympic time. And the USA men's basketball team just wrapped up their exhibition games as they won against Germany earlier this week. Do we expect them to have a dominating run this year, or has the rest of the world caught up?
I'll be honest. That game they had last week against South Sudan, the game they had the other day against Germany. Shout out to Braun. He closed out both games. He put the cape on and saved us. You know what I mean? But I do think the world is caught up. I think it's going to be good bump throughout pool play because South Sudan is in the same, bracket as us. So I still expect us to win, of course. I'm always going, cheer for our home country and, expect us to win because just the athletes that we have, you put that compilation of talent together, it makes sense that they should win, right? But y'all got to think some of these countries have been playing together for years, all year round. You know what I mean? So their chemistry is a little different. But with the USA, just be patient. Give the USA time to develop that chemistry, and I think we're going to be good. Do I think it's going to be 40-point blowouts like it has been in years past when we won the gold medal? No, but we don't always want to see that. As far as real basketball avid fans, we want to see good games, want to see good basketball. So I expect to see that all through the Olympics, and I do expect USA to bring home the gold, man. So, what you think though, League City, Drizzy?
I expect them to bring home the gold, but I don't know if it'll be, you know, domination the whole run, just based off what we've seen. There's just a lot of factors playing against it. They have the best collection of talent, but you know, just in everything from the rules to how defense is being played, no 3 seconds,
Yeah, defensively, I think they struggle a bit.
the 3 pointer being closer, you can tell that they ain't even used to that, which is crazy, but you see them like all kind of like stepping back, step, trying to get their normal range in. It's just a lot of factors that's going against them. And just the collection of players and the way the game is today, that's also another factor playing against them. The European teams, the FIBA teams, they've all had time spent together, and they really know how to play the game the right way as far as FIBA rules goes. In previous years, you know, um, we've of course we've taken home gold, but it's been more dominating because I feel like the collection of players that we had understood how to, you know, fill a role, if that makes sense. And I think this collection just having a little tougher time doing that because they're all damn near one options, on their team. But yeah, I don't think it'll be dominating, but I do expect them to bring home the gold based off of what I've seen. You know,
Yep, I agree with both of you all. I think there is the world has definitely caught up. So a lot of the good international players are on, you know, uh representing their own countries. Um in the Olympics. So you got Giannis, you got Luca, you got, there's a bunch of great and dominating players in the NBA that are representing their own country. So it'll be interesting to watch, do I think the USA will end up finding a way to pull it out? I do, and I think to their credit with the exhibition games, I think they were trying out a lot of different things, trying to see what worked well, what didn't. So they were actually using them as exhibitions and practices. So um just to wrap it all out, I do think they will end up taking home the gold. And with that, Braun is being named the first men's basketball player to be the flag bearer for the Olympics for USA. With his play, excuse me, recently, if he wins another gold medal, would he have the greatest Olympic career for a professional athlete? I'm gonna say no. No. There's a lot of like it maybe maybe men's basketball, but you got Simone Biles, who's like she got at least 8 gold medals. You even got on the other side Diana Taurasi, who's been I think she has 4 gold medals, I believe.
That's hard.
Um, you got
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps. You got who was before Simone? Um, it was
The,
another gymnastics
the
girl.
Gabby, bro. I
Yeah,
forget.
Gabby.
I forgot all about her, Malik. Oh wow.
I think her last name was Thompson. Gabby something. She won mad gold medals. You gotta think about all the track runners
Yep.
who win mad gold medals. So
Yeah,
that's a tall task. That's a tall task. And
for
no
sure.
disrespect to Braun, but just don't play enough basketball to get that many, to compete with the likes of those folks that we just named.
Yeah.
And he got help out there. Those other sports are like you out there by yourself. That's individual stuff.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Yeah. That's tough. That's a cool question to pose though, for sure. Because you forget all, about all the individual, athletes that have accomplished so much over the years, throughout our, maturation. It's cool.
Facts. Also, too, I want to shout out Coco Golf because she'll be uh right along with Braun bearing the flag. So it'll be both of them too leading USA into the Olympic ceremony. So shout out to Coco Golf.
Shout out Coco. That's tough.
For sure. Moving on to the WNBA. The All-Star weekend just passed. It was a record-breaking All-Star event or All-Star weekend for the WNBA. So the WNBA continues to shatter records as far as attendance, as far as viewership, things of that nature. As far as how the weekend went, I'm not gonna lie, I was super, super uh busy moving and whatnot, so I didn't get to check out a lot. I checked out some highlights. Saw that the US the All-Star team, the WNBA team beat the Olympic team, which has happened in years past as well. I do like that they do that format because who better to get the Olympic team ready than the best players in the NBA, WNBA, excuse me. So, I guess that just leads me to say that I feel like, our women will dominate in the Olympics as usual. I think there will be a bit more parity as a lot of the leading scorers in WNBA play for their home countries as well, like Arike and a, a Blue McKay. So I would watch out for Nigeria if they have to meet the USA. Um, but yeah, that's really all I have to add. The WNBA pauses their season while the Olympic team competes. So back half of the season it'd be interesting to watch because I'm sure those top players like Asia, Brianna, they'll be tired. They're not gonna get the break that um the rest of the league is having. So, and then it'd be interesting to see how those people respond also by having a week and a half, 2 weeks off. Are they still working out, getting in the gym, staying in game shape?
Um, I just wanted to say something. Watching what I watched of the Olympic team versus the All Star team. You know, I'm kind of like where my man Jeff Teague is with it, man. I respect, I respect. Some people earning their spot, and needing to keep their spot, man. But them young All Star them young girls from the All-Star game was out there working. The Rike girl, it just didn't. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. Diana Taurasi need to go, man. She just out there to be out there. It don't look the same. It's not it's not it's not what it's supposed to be, man. You know, and I feel like she just holding up a spot. You know, that's just how I feel. You know, I understand that she has to get her spot because she's legendary. You know, one of arguably the greatest women hoopers ever. I understand. You know, but right now it's a bunch of girls that done passed her up. You know, and I think that's evident out there, you know. But maybe the leadership, you know, I don't know, you know, what else they need from, you know, on that team. I ain't tapped in like Drizzy is, you know, but I wanted to say that she gotta go.
Yeah, I think she's in what year 17, 18. So I mean, rightfully so. She's
The
probably towards
farewell tour, I
yeah,
understand that.
she's
Yeah.
probably towards the end of her career. But like as I just mentioned, a couple minutes ago, she has the, most gold medal from a basketball perspective. She's been in 4 Olympics, so to be able to do that and to be able to, like you said, just display that type of leadership, even set out a couple seasons because Russia wanted her to play over there versus in the WNBA. So to have that experience is probably helpful, I would say. So she's probably a third or fourth coach. I don't know how many coaches they have on the bench. Um, but yeah, like I was saying, I think well, Enrique, she's playing for Nigeria, so that wouldn't help USA out anyway. But I feel you. I definitely feel you. But it's different for women, man. They gotta play till they whatever, you know what I'm saying,
Nah,
to ensure they gotta play till the wheels fall off, till they literally cannot to
keep the
to
fans good. I get it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So but I feel you though. I feel you. I know if you had something to add, Kay.
Nah, man. You took care of everything. I was going to pose the question: do y'all have any unreadiness, unreadiness, anything y'all want to address, anything y'all want to state?
No,
Nah, man.
no, I'm good.
Football
We
season's coming up.
we good. We clear. All minds, all hearts clear.
For sure.
Yeah.
Amen.
Shout out to T Rob at A&T. Just got another contract extension.
Hey,
Shout out.
Think he
shut
through 2029. He been there since 20 2012.
tough. Yeah, man. I don't have any unreadiness either, man. I'm just blessed and thankful to be back on with my brother and my sister, man. I'm glad to be back with y'all. Glad to do this more often, you know. And you know, we're gonna keep putting the foot on the neck, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as applying pressure with this content. We appreciate the support. Please continue to like, subscribe, share, and view the content. It's your boy K. I'm with Leak the God, Drizzy, and we out, man. Peace and blessings.
Peace.
Peace.